off the back of announcements, we're now just going to make this happen.
It's just a real episode.
We're going to talk about trees. This really feels like an early days episode.
That's why I wanted to go back. I was like, maybe we should go back to our roots.
Oh my god!
Fuck's
You wanted
sake.
to go back to our roots? You wanted to go back to our roots? Yes. Good. That's fucking good.
It is kind of funny that our first episode is root vegetables.
It works on so many levels.
Going back to our roots.
Go back. Fuck. If we ever make a documentary about
have to pretend
the
it was
creation
on
of
purpose.
flavors, yeah, that's genius. Back to our roots. Oh my god.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Playing Favourites. I'm here with my good friend Harry. Today, we're going to be talking about our favourite trees.
Yeah, wow. It's the tree episode, everyone. You know, in the past, we've covered such exciting, dynamic topics, you know, crazy weather, personal, more intimate things to do with the holiday season. We've gone
trees.
wide on, like, you know, facts and the concept of knowledge, you know, and now we thought we'd bring back to our roots, so to speak.
Stop it.
To trees.
If you didn't want to do trees,
No.
you could have said you don't want to do trees.
I think this is an interesting sort of, you know.
I agree. I really like trees. That's why I suggested it. This is a May episode. I suggested this one.
Yes, which I'm interested because, like, if usually your go-to for episodes is, like, you know, things happening in your life, things you're interested in at the current time.
What inspired me to say trees?
What inspired trees?
I know there was a reason. I think when did you ask me?
Did you see a tree? Were you sort of looking
I think I was
at one?
inside at the time, so no.
Out the window, maybe?
No, I think right. I have no idea why. I literally cannot tell you why I said tree. I like trees though.
They're good, aren't they?
I did specify when I mentioned to you that we should do tree, it was type of tree, not specific tree, which I think is a separate episode we could do.
Definitely.
A separate, much harder episode.
Yeah, but also I think excruciatingly more interesting to almost the fact, right, you said tree, okay, the wording was tree, and then I thought, oh, fantastic, there's that, like, weird person tree in Fallout, there's all kinds of fictional trees.
Oh, fictional tree.
I think fictional tree is a potential banger.
I was thinking only real trees.
Yeah, I mean, in which case, you know, Sherwood Forest got a really old
That's
tree.
the thing, that's the only one I can think of is the major oak.
Yeah. There's probably other good
Can
good
you name
trees.
another famous individual tree? One.
Is the wishing tree real?
What is the wishing tree?
No, wait, I mean the giving tree.
The giving tree is definitely not real.
Okay. There'll be ones from, like, pop culture.
Yeah, but I want you to name one right now.
Okay. Famous tree.
I'm going to look up a list of famous trees. Hold
Okay.
on.
Let's not get too lost in the, you know, right now I feel like we can't see the forest for the trees right now.
Oh, that's a good one. Nice.
So I think
I found a list of 7 famous trees.
Can you anything about them? Anything interesting?
They're all pretty interesting. I really like the major oak though. Have you ever seen the major oak?
No, it's in Nottingham, isn't it?
It's like down the road from both of us.
Really? I've never been.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Was it old? Big?
It was crowned England's Tree of the Year in 2014, which is bizarre because it feels like it should win Tree of the Year every year in the UK. It's literally like a 1,000-year-old tree.
Exactly. It's literally it's breaking records. Speaking of which, have you got a player record for this episode? This feels like it's oozing player record.
World record tree type?
Yeah, trees that have, you know, broken records.
Well, I've got a great one for you.
We're really breaking new ground with
you know what? I do have a player record.
Oh, for the first time in episodes. Go on.
Yeah.
Go on. Player record.
Right now? We're so early on.
Well, it feels like a good way to get into the nature of trees.
Okay, right, fine. Okay.
Let's do it.
Right.
Throw it out.
What kind of records? I have a list of 12 different records.
Oh my god.
Held by trees, okay? Do you think you could name how, like, what records they are?
What records? Okay, so
some of these are very stupid, by the way.
Highest tree, tallest tree.
Easy. Yeah, okay. Do you think you could name the type of tree?
That has the
highest height.
Got to be a what are they called? A red. Is it red something?
It is actually, yes.
Yeah, the like red. Oh, what are they called?
You're thinking too deep. It's a tree. What word would you have there after red?
Oak.
No.
Tree.
No. Close.
Bark.
God, so close.
Red leaf.
You're going backwards.
Red.
It's a famous type of tree. Like, I don't know how you're struggling with this so much.
I know, I'm so close. It's red pine? Red wood! Redwood! It's a redwood.
Oh my God.
A redwood. So yeah, it's a redwood, isn't it? That's the tallest.
It's a Hyperion, which is a it is a Californian redwood tree, I think.
Wow. Okay.
So Hyperion is a specific tree, a coast redwood, and it's measured at 379 feet tall.
Wait, so how many meters is that?
115 meters.
115. So that's just over the height of a football pitch. A soccer pitch.
It's the tallest known living tree in the world.
Now, that is it's astoundingly tall. I'm looking at pictures of it, and it's like this one in particular is like, I don't know if you've got a picture here. There's a forest, and then there's this one tree that is just punching way above all the others.
This is the thing, is all of those trees are also very tall.
Yeah, and this one is just unbelievably
It's taller than Big Ben.
That is insane. You know what? Before I looked at this picture, I was about to say, okay, one football pitch. Like, I don't know. That's kind of...
It's taller... I know this is stupid because not the Empire State Building, the Statue of Liberty is shorter than Big Ben, but the fact that this tree is taller than the Statue of Liberty is absurd.
Yeah, wow. I mean, that actually, fair enough. That one, okay, so tallest tree, that makes sense. I think maybe there'll be a record for age as well, which would go to the major oak, right?
Nope.
No? It's not the oldest tree in the world?
There is a record for oldest tree, but it's not the major oak.
Oh, really? I mean, I'm not going to be able to name it. Like,
the recorded oldest age for a tree is approximately 5,200 years old.
Wow, okay.
The bristlecone pine was called Prometheus.
They've all got such good names. All got such good... They're all called Titans.
Why are they all like...
Yeah, they're all named after various titans. That's insane. Prometheus, okay.
It was in Nevada.
Yeah.
And it was... Apparently, I think it did die, unfortunately.
Oh, this is much less glamorous to look at. Yeah. Have you seen
it's a really old tree.
It's just old and withered, and there's no leaves. This goes on Wikipedia page.
I mean, it's an old tree, you know. I would probably... It's really sad because it's dead. So...
Yeah, the tree was at least, possibly more than 5,000 years old. Was cut down in 1964 for research purposes.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a bit brutal. Oh
I don't think they knew it was the oldest tree then. I don't think 5,000 years ago someone recorded that they planted it, and then 5,000 years on they were like, well, time to go.
I mean, I don't want to this might be stupid, but did it have 5,000 rings?
It had 4,867 rings.
Really?
Uh-huh.
That's actually a thing.
Yeah.
The ring thing is accurate.
The ring thing is real, yes.
It's not like a, near enough or something for the kids.
Well, it's not exactly because the thing is, the myth is that it's a year, right, for each ring.
Yeah.
But it does measure age at the very least,
in tree years. Yeah, wow, okay. Well, these are the records. I don't know what they could possibly be.
There's loads of them here. Thickest tree? Largest living tree by volume.
Jesus Christ. Dendrochronology is a field of study that focuses on tree rings.
Tree ages, yeah.
Yeah, that is literally a field of study. Okay, I don't want to sum up the entire field of study in a half-baked Google, but there's some kind of, according to indefenseofplants.com.
Can you get a doctorate?
A doctor of dendrochronology. That actually makes sense. Dendrology. Is
it's literally... It makes it's a name that makes sense, yeah. Fastest growing tree?
That's okay. Not very interesting.
Wow, okay. You don't want to hear about the Empress tree?
Does it have a sort of a Greco-Roman name, or?
No, unfortunately not, actually.
Oh, okay, that's sad.
I might be thinking of bamboo. It grows so fast you can hear it growing.
Wait, what? I know it's a speedy one, but I didn't know you can actually...
Yeah, there's a whole... It sounds really scary.
Bamboo. Yeah, I imagine it would sound like cracking and like bamboo growing noise.wmv.
Well, you gotta give it a download.
Oh wow! It just sounds like rainforest ambience. It doesn't really.
That makes sense, really.
Yeah.
Largest living tree by volume.
By volume, so like
it's just like the
most of it.
The most tree.
The most tree.
Do you want to know what this tree's called?
Go on.
General Sherman.
Oh, okay. General Sherman tree. I mean, yeah, autocomplete's figured out what I'm Googling. Oh, wow. Okay, this is actually a very impressive tree.
It's a powerful looking tree.
Yeah, because it's thick and tall and like, yeah.
It's a bloody big tree.
Oh, I don't think it's with us anymore, though. Oh, wait.
Oh, what happened?
General Sherman... No, actually... Apologies, I don't want to issue a sort of eulogy.
We don't want to eulogize this living tree.
Exactly. It is the largest voluminous tree still alive, but it's not most voluminous ever. What a difficult way of saying that.
Okay.
It was the Lindsay Creek tree, which passed away.
Which is another coast redwood.
Yeah, which is almost twice the volume of General Sherman, which was unfortunately taken from us in a storm in 1905.
Even taller than Hyperion.
What, the Lindsay Creek tree?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, wow. Yeah, it was uprooted and felled by a storm in 1905. The biggest, most tree in the world was felled by a storm. What kind of fucking storm is capable of doing that? What the fuck?
I bet it was Zeus.
Yeah, literally. He was like angry. He's like, oh, what's this one called? Saturn. And just fucking... took it down. Like, that is insane.
World's most dangerous tree.
Dangerous?
The sap of the tree is so poisonous and acidic that the simple contact with human skin causes blisters. Contact with the eyes can cause blindness.
Fucking hell, what tree is this?
And if you go for cover underneath it, you'll end up blistering yourself as well.
Oh my god, what's this tree?
It's called the manchineal.
So this is a type of tree?
This is a type of tree, yeah.
Manchineal tree. Yeah, also known as Manzanilla de la Muerte, or little apple of death, is a species of flowering plant? No, but it is a tree.
It is a tree.
Yeah. Usage. Despite the inherent dangers associated while handling it, the tree's been used as a source of wood. Wow.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, it feels like we've spoken a lot about specific trees, which is the exact thing we tried to avoid.
I suppose so, actually. But it set the scene, set the stage for like, because I've noticed one thing that's like, you know, sort of persistent throughout all of these is I thought of the segue like a moment ago. Hang on. What did I think was persistent? Is the age, right? Like, and so these trees are going way back, you know, 4,000 years old, 5,000 years old.
Trees, yeah.
Super old ones. Because the fact I always heard, and I think I've Googled this before, is that, well, there's a couple of facts relating to trees. One, that sharks have existed for longer than trees, okay? And you think, oh, whoa, that's pretty crazy. Sharks really old. But then that makes you think, wait, a world without trees? And then I remember hearing that before we had trees, the Earth, the planet we live on, Earth, was ruled by giant mushrooms. So but I don't know if I Googled
this real?
That. Giant mushrooms.
Land before trees.
Before trees. Google autocomplete recognises it.
The Smithsonian. I'm reading the Smithsonian right now as well.
Wow.
24 feet tall and 3 feet wide. This is my nightmare.
Yeah, you hate mushrooms famously.
I hate them.
From around 420 to 350 million years ago, they've got those numbers the wrong way around, when land plants were still the relatively new kids on the evolutionary block. And the tallest trees just stood a few feet high. Giant spires of life poke from the earth, yeah. Towering fungus spires were stood out against the landscape scarce of such giants, said New Scientist in 2007. Wow. Yeah, so it looks like that is a thing then.
There used to be giant mushrooms.
Yeah.
Although, and then bloody trees came along and ruined it for us.
To be fair, I think good exchange, I'd say.
I would agree. I don't like mushrooms very much.
I mean, I'm looking at what seems to be some kind of like mock-up or recreation on eartharchives.org.
I see that as well.
And yeah, this does not look good. Just big,
I'm glad we moved past this.
Sort of, suggestive fungi spires. poking out the ground. But, if we didn't know, if we'd never had trees...
This would be the alternative. I'm glad we've got trees, then.
Yeah, I think this is a good substitute. Do you know, by the way, approximately how many trees there are on the planet?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Oh, okay. I'm about to tell you off the top of my head.
It's more... I'm going to assume there's more trees than people.
Okay, good guess.
I'm going to say 57 billion.
Okay, prepare to have your fucking mind blown. It's 3 trillion.
I did think it might be very high, yeah.
Unbelievably high.
If trees ever rise up against us...
We're doomed.
We're outnumbered.
We're literally doomed.
There's about 1,000 trees to every 2 people.
Yeah, how do you fight them? How do you fight a tree?
With chainsaws, I guess.
Yeah, or fire?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but where am I going to get... If I was walking down the street and the trees uprooted themselves and tried to seize our jobs, I wouldn't be able to defend against that. I wouldn't be able to... I can't fight a tree.
You don't think you could fight a tree?
No, I'll punch it and it'll break my hand.
I've played Minecraft, I know what to do.
You break a stick in half, what happens? Yeah.
Stop.
So
that's different. These are trees.
Break a tree in half, you got 2 trees.
Anyway,
I've read Dale
that's not true.
So, there we go.
This is true.
I'm scared at all times. I live in fear of big plants taking over.
Do you? Is this why you were so interested in those giant mushrooms?
Maybe, I don't know. I do kind of like scary plants, though. I just think that, plants, and again, we're sort of straying a little bit, but I think they're just crazy plants and big plants and scary trees and weird trees and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, big plant. I just think are really interesting.
Big plants trying to take over.
They're trying to exactly. They're gonna take over the world if they haven't already. By the way, there's an episode of Doctor Who about this. However, it's a really bad episode.
To be fair, you could definitely make the argument that plants have taken over. They're literally everywhere.
I mean,
you get them in Antarctica.
Yeah, true. Actually, I mean,
we can't live without them either.
Yeah, and they were here before us, to be fair.
And they were here, and they'll be here after us, probably.
Which is mad, yeah. And that's the scare, because nature is this unstoppable force, and trees are, they're these absolute cornerstones. They're so big and weighty.
You get
and
trees that have lived through wars.
Yeah. They saw slavery happen and did nothing.
They did
nothing to stop it. So they're evil. They're it's kind of scary, a little bit. I'm a little bit scared of trees.
I can tell, yeah. You do seem quite afraid right now.
But it's more of an awe than anything, I think. I'm not... Because they're very slow.
Well, we found out today, not all of them. What about the Empress tree?
Wait, which one was that?
That's the fastest growing tree.
How quick's that growing?
Let's have a look. Faster than a human would. I'll tell you that. It could grow 50 feet in a year.
It can grow quicker than I can move. I'll try and run away. It'll grow grab me.
It'll grow vines.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
I can't find the list of how quickly it grows, but it's fast.
Yeah, it's a speedy one. Fair enough.
Humans can only grow 6 feet in however many years.
Yeah, most of us.
Empress trees are growing 15 feet a year.
Which is, that is, to be fair, very, very, very scary, but not typical. I think, I'm more in awe of trees because, it takes them fucking 50 years to do anything. Hence the saying.
What do you mean, do anything?
So, you plant a tree, it's just a weird shoot for, the first 30 years.
Okay, that's
and then
fair.
it's all right, it's a bit wood now. But, that's where we get the saying, something, old men plant trees in which their shade they will never sit. That's the idea, is a tree,
All right, I've watched Hamilton too.
Is that where that comes from?
No, but he does... It's about the idea that a society is good when people plant trees.
Yeah, which I agree with that. I like nature.
I think society is good if people plant trees, but not mushrooms.
Yeah, don't plant mushrooms. God. Although I am a big fan of the mycology subreddit, but that's a different episode. We're not getting into that.
Is there a dendrology one?
Oh, I do wonder. Well, there's r/trees.
But that's wait. Hold on. Is r/trees the one that's just about weed? Yeah,
it's about marijuana. Yeah.
Okay.
That was for all the redditors in the audience. But and I think it's marijuana enthusiasts is actually the
something
tree
like that.
subreddit. Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking. r/dendrology, not great.
Yeah, it's r/marijuana enthusiast.
This is where you want to be.
Which is just incredible, by the way. Yeah, that the tree subreddit is about marijuana, and yeah, that's fantastic.
I like it's cross-culture.
Whoa, you saw it by the top post of all time?
Yeah, I was just going to say, we got to look at these trees on r/marijuana enthusiast.
You seeing this really tall palm?
Oh my god!
Look at that.
That's so tall.
Wow. Yeah, oh my god. And there's some nice photography of...
Yeah, it's just really nice pictures of trees.
Yeah. That's incredible.
Oh, there's a really nice picture of someone lost their glasses in their garden. And there's a picture where the tree has actually grown up through them. And now the glasses are embedded inside of the tree.
It's like, yeah. That is unbelievable. Like, that is just...
I love trees.
Yeah, aren't they bloody good? Yeah, they're I think generally loved.
I wish I knew more about trees.
I mean, yeah, I suppose I wonder how much. I mean, there obviously is stuff.
I used to know quite a lot about trees. I was part of the Scouts, and I had my tree badge.
Yeah,
I just don't remember any of it now. Now they're just that one's made of wood.
Here's a little bit of playing favourites field research, or attempted field research.
Okay.
The other day...
You're not going to do a great job if you're out in a field.
You have trees in fields, but good joke. The thing is, so when we were supposed to record this episode a couple of days ago, and before that, I went out on a walk, and I was looking around, and I considered interviewing the trees, similar to when we did the book title episode, but I didn't have much to say. But I was having a look, and I was on this walk, and it occurred to me, I was like, let's like do something with the trees. I can like do a bit of field research. So I downloaded on my phone a tree identifier app, and I turned to my left on this footpath that I'm on, and there's a tree there, and it's got kind of like scabby, orangey, browny, wood, various bits of lichen sort of growing up and around it, and vines coming down, and very unremarkable leaves and branches and stuff like that. Okay, right, tree identifier app. Here it is. And it's not one of those where you take a picture or a video or something. You can do that. There's like rock identifying apps that'll do that. This one asks you questions. And it was like, okay, what kind of bark is it? And it gives you a bunch of different types, maybe 6 variants, 4 of which look almost identical. I suppose it's got a little patch, right, that one. Great, what colour is it? Brown, red, white, and then a few others. It's sort of like a reddy sort of brown, really. Red. Is it any of these 6 identical-looking trees? And then I uninstalled the app. So the field research didn't go well.
Didn't do great.
But I wonder if the takeaway here is like, it almost sort of, it's almost comparable to like, the human body, or there's so many different like variables at play here. Or to like animals, the animal kingdom. There's so many different sort of types of, whereas in the animal kingdom you may have legs, wings, head, eyes, things like that. You're now looking at, oh my god, there's all these different types of bark, all these different colours, all these different leaves which do different things, have different meanings, and they're all different shades of green. Some of them don't stay green, some of them do, and the branches, various thickness. It all means something. It's all of these things have meaning, and I'm sure are studied relentlessly, and all serve some kind of function, I guess. Like they're all doing something for the why this tree has this kind of bark versus this one that doesn't.
Trees all have like I assume they evolved in some specific way.
Yeah,
there's a lot of like benefits there.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess like there must be some kind of, because otherwise, why would they? Is it to do with the absorption? Because, like, leaves...
trees didn't evolve just to look pretty,
You're kidding. No, because like, the leaves, they're meant to, like, catch the sun, stuff like that.
Yeah,
they're sort of...
That's why they're all green.
And they're waterproof.
Like chlorophyll.
Yeah, they're part of photosynthesis and the way the tree lives. Whereas, like, the bark, the root structure, fuck me, like, but I can't even fathom why it would make a difference. I know that mangrove trees, for example... often have like underwater roots, and like you can just see like in these weird spiny. So they're actually shortlisted for a favourite for me. But I just think they're kind of weird to look at. Like if you look at like mangrove trees,
yeah, they're quite scary looking.
I like it in theory, like the idea of the underwater roots, but a lot of the time they're just kind of like sticking out of the water. Yeah, and it's like you can just see all the sort of exposed roots.
They look quite threatening, I think.
Yeah. Okay, I've just seen the Wikipedia.
Mangrove trees actually do look like trees that could walk.
Yeah, literally. They sort of give me big Triffid energy. God, look at this picture on the mangrove forest Wikipedia page, like this, there's an incredible thing. I don't know what this photo makes me feel, but there's like really, it's like.
Do you mean just the like picture they have for the?
Yeah, it's like they're all in like an ocean. Looks like an ocean.
Yeah, they do look like they're just like, at sea.
Yeah, there's like 2.5 mangrove trees, all just sort of stood up on their roots. I think it's there is something strange to me about them being on their own little islands, and it does feel like if it wanted to, it could like those like roots at the bottom, they could all like uproot and just start like sliding along the ground like some fucked up centipede. Oh man. This is just a chance for me to talk about Day of the Triffids, isn't it? One of my favourite books.
You just want to talk about Triffids all day.
Granted, they're all big plants.
Is that going to be your favourite tree?
Triffid, no, they're plants. They don't qualify. They don't qualify, unfortunately.
What about
Day of the Triffids 2?
There's going to be like a tree that's named after Triffids, right?
I don't know, but maybe.
There's probably one.
It's a word like that we have in to describe a scary plant as a triffid or triffid-like.
True,
but but yeah, that's incredible. They are.
I saw something about trees that I want to ask you about, but I can't remember what it was now. Hold on. Oh, bonsai trees.
Oh yeah, they're sweet.
How do you feel about bonsais?
They're cute. They're like little baby trees.
I almost bought a bonsai a very long time ago.
You know what? I think everyone at some point in their life has had
thought about becoming the bonsai person.
Yeah, and having like a little bonsai. I got my sister a bonsai kit for one of her birthdays. I think. Yeah. Yeah. What do you think? I think they're nice, aren't they?
They are nice. I think one day I would really like to have a bonsai that I tend to, but I worry that I would become, I don't know, too attached to it. You know, it'd become like a child to me. And I'd have like 8 of them.
Because I want to be the terrarium guy when I'm old. I want like a lovely terrarium.
You can just make one. I had a TikTok recently about how to make your own terrarium in a jar.
Wow, that's incredible. If you ever get those, by the way, send them to me because I love terrarium talk. But that's the thing. Yeah, and like a bonsai. Yeah, that's like a kind of a weird outlier, right? Because that's almost like a decorative tree. You don't really get many decorative. You just pop it in like. Oh yeah, we'll just put it out in the garden.
Have a tree in your house, yeah.
Yeah, like like you can't even really. Obviously there are very rich people who. Oh yeah, we'll install a couple of fern. Yeah. Like blah 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 at the bottom of the garden. But like generally speaking, you don't just like pick a tree up at the garden centre, bring it home to
pop in the garden.
Yeah,
I actually did do that.
You bought a tree home?
Yes.
What?
This is not a joke. When I was very young, we bought a pine tree, like just a little one, and we tended to it for a few years. Like, I was like 8 at the time, so it was like, I don't know. Like,
so to you, it's gargantuan. It's huge.
No, it wasn't pine tree sized. It was like maybe 2 or 3 feet.
2 or 3 feet. Oh, okay. So it is literally just to put the bottom of the garden.
Tree, yeah. And it was like we bought it at Christmas time, and it was like a mini tree for me.
That's
and we
quite
had
cute.
it for a few years. I don't think we still have it anymore. I don't know what happened to it.
Yeah.
But yes, I did have a tree.
Unfortunately, no longer is.
You could have a tree too if you wanted.
Use promo code playing favorites at trees.com.
You should probably get a bonsai tree though. Is
that your recommendation to me?
No. Well, yeah, sure. It could be. I'm just saying, like, bonsais are cool. Like, everyone should have a bonsai tree.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. It's an interesting little statement. It's very
They're just little guys. They're cute. You could have a bonsai tree.
I'm sort of imagining now this like solar punk style world, this like
Everyone
utopian future where it's all green, it's all everything, and everyone on every little windowsill, every little ledge.
Yeah.
It's all bonsai growing.
There's definitely a sci-fi universe with this premise where everyone has a little tree in a jar and it's their own like personal oxygen provider.
I bet there is, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we used to do it in primary school whenever like the year 6 people would leave to go to secondary school. A tree would be planted for like their year at school. I sort of went back to my primary school to pick up my sister once. And they take fucking ages, don't they? This tree had barely progressed in like the 10 years since I left primary school. It's done nothing. Now I'm mad about trees.
How did this happen so quickly?
No, they're really slow, and it does kind of, awe-inspiring, wow. But also it's like, if I plant a tree now, by the time I die, it might be alright.
It depends on the tree. If you grow an empress tree, they're going to be...
If I get somehow I find the new, quickest growing tree,
yeah,
we're away at that point. Oh my goodness. You'll be alright.
Something to consider.
A lot of trees out there. I think that's a good thing. Anyway, people's favourites.
People's favourites. Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's crack in. Let's split the there's a lot of wood related metaphors and idioms. There must be like God, that idioms episode really it's just changed my life, really.
You're not the same anymore.
No, there must be, we need to crack the wood, we need to split the wood, split the difference.
No.
We need to stop getting... We need to see the forest and the trees. See the trees as part of the forest and embrace the people's favourites.
I'm really struggling to follow you right now.
Tree idioms. Pull up the Twitter.
I've pulled up the Twitter.
What the fuck? Hang on. Just before we get there. 9 tree idioms for when you're feeling out of your tree this winter.
What?
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Bark up the wrong tree.
Yeah.
Like trying to nail jello to a tree.
Not heard that one.
Tight as the bark on a tree. Go climb a tree. Which I think is meant to be used like go touch grass.
Yeah. Go
money doesn't grow on trees, which is somehow number 6 on this weird list. Well, these weird...
Yeah.
A tree is known by its fruit. Knock on wood.
Close.
And number 9, go out on a limb. Which...
You know what? I never thought about go out... That is a tree thing. It's not... Yeah, because it means like... Because I'm going to go out on a limb here and say... Like, I'm going to take a risk here. I'm going to go out on a limb. Like, I'm going to go along...
Oh, yeah, I guess it is, isn't it?
It's not like an arm or leg thing.
Limb. Yeah. That's a good point. Are branches limbs?
Yeah.
Are branches limbs?
Yes, they're called that, yeah.
Anyway, we're getting lost in the trees. People's favourites.
Alright, let's go with this one first, because I don't actually know what it is. Rose of Saffron from Cass. Thank you, Cass, for writing in.
Rose of...
Of Sharon. So, Sharon. I said saffron, didn't I?
You did, yeah, that's wrong.
That's wrong. No. I said it wrong. Sorry, Rose of Sharon.
Common hibiscus. I've heard of hibiscus.
So we've got, it looks like a hibiscus plant, but it is hardy in cold temperatures. Cass loves flowering trees, apparently. But yeah, hibiscus is a type of tree.
So I'm looking at it now, and it looks like...
All the pictures of it are just the flowers.
Just the flowers. I'm seeing one in particular from Pinterest, which is like... it's a very normal... It's a thin, skinny little trunk... Classic tree shape, that kind of like elliptical,
classic tree shape here.
Of the leaf. When you're in primary school, you're drawing a tree. You do the sort of big kind of wide blob that's kind of a big ellipse, and then there's the trunk at the bottom. It's that shape, and it's got loads of green and sort of at the ends of the green.
I do really like
pink
flowers. Yeah,
flowers are very nice. I think overall flowering trees, with the exception of maybe like a cherry blossom, when it's all flower, good. In my opinion, like a cherry blossom, it's all pink. Whereas this I'm sort of less drawn to.
I like it.
Because it's kind of 50-50. It's green and pink. Yeah, it's a cute looking tree. And the flowers on their own, actually. I'm seeing some really good pictures of the flowers.
Are really nice, yeah.
Yeah, and they're quite nice. So you seem to be... I'm trying to maybe get onto the wavelength of where you're at. So you like a flowering tree, do you?
I don't hate a flowering tree.
Okay.
You're trying to figure out if my favourite's a flowering tree.
I thought cherry blossom could be in the running, but... Okay.
Cherry blossom definitely was in the running.
Strike that off. Me too, to be fair. Me too.
But who wouldn't it be,
Yeah, they're beautiful. They're really nice. Yeah, I don't know. It's very thin. I'm wondering that, because they don't look
it's a very
big.
Small... I prefer, a more big tree. Oh wait, I'm looking at more pictures. Yeah, they are quite small, but I do think if you look for Rose of Sharon tree specifically, you get more pictures of what they look like as a tree. I quite like these. They're nice little guys.
Yeah, they're good. I think generally I can appreciate a small tree actually. I think they can, because one of the ones
I can appreciate them, but I definitely prefer a large tree.
I think I generally agree.
In my mind, if it's not big enough, it's just a big bush, isn't it?
Well, that's the thing. I originally thought, I was like, oh, would I be lynched if I said banana plant as my favourite tree? I've quickly reached the conclusion of yes, but because it's famously not a tree.
Yeah.
But they're quite small and skinny, and all that stuff. And I dig that. I can dig a sort of
a small tree.
But and I think generally my preference would lie in a medium tree, but it's medium and up. Is where we're talking on the spectrum.
Right.
So,
got you.
Yeah, it's a good one. But
okay.
Yeah, okay. What else we got?
What else have we got? Sassafras from Maria. Thank you, Maria, for writing in. Fun to say and good drink material.
What the fuck? Sassafras. That is a great.
I think sassafras. Yeah, it is an American tree. And Eastern Asian. So I don't think we get them over here. I don't think I've ever seen one. I've definitely heard the name before.
Yeah, I've never heard the name. Great name. Undeniably one of the best names. If it was favourite name of tree, if that was the episode.
Yeah, you make tea out of it, I think, is the...
Oh, okay. And honestly, I'm going to say it now. Great leaves. I don't know if you're seeing these leaves.
They do have nice leaves, yeah.
They've got
nice
leaves. Whoa, what's
pronged
that?
Leaves.
Yeah, it's like a 3-pointed... what's the name of that? Like, it's often associated with royalty. The 3.
You think of a maple?
No, it's not a tree-related thing. It's like an emblem or a crest.
Oh, the fleur de lis.
Oh my god, if that's what that's called, fucking thank you. Yes, thank you. Oh my god, I was so worried you wouldn't get that. Yeah, a fleur de lis was often associated with like the UK monarchy or maybe just royalty in general. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a French.
Oh, it's French. There you go. Okay, I think it used to be on our pound coins. But it kind of reminds me of this. Yeah, the leaves of the sassafras is kind of like a sort of 3-pointed, little wibbly dude, and like this looks great. It's a great looking tree.
Yeah, I would agree. I think Maria mentioned somewhere in here that it got banned for giving cancer to rats. I'm trying to do a little bit of research, so I'm just going to Google sassafras
list of rat carcinogens.
Cancer.
What we got?
So, okay. Sassafras is used for, okay. So sassafras was used for root beer, but it got banned. Okay, right. So sassafras was banned because it gave cancer to rats in FDA testing.
Okay.
And the idea being, if it gives rats cancer.
Yeah.
Solid chance, probably not great for human either.
I suppose so. I was thinking, God, we're going to ban an entire tree just because, some rats got cancer from some of these trees.
So, some trees... We were talking about the most deadly tree.
If we were 2 rats doing this podcast, it would be a different answer. It would be a very different answer. I'd say that much for free. So
many of my friends died in the Great Sassafras Wars.
Exactly. Shouldn't make light, really. Shouldn't. This is very, very uncouth of us. But yeah. So no, but very, very. I think the name is doing a lot of legwork.
Sassafras. Yeah, it's just a really good name, isn't it?
Yeah.
And where does the name come from?
I don't know. I'm seeing some of them seem to be kind of orange as well.
I don't
know if that's just because they are in the autumn time.
Yeah, some trees do just do that, huh?
Yeah. That's another great thing about trees, by the way. Just the fact that they just look so different throughout the year.
Spanish name.
Oh, okay. What does it mean?
The etymology for sassafras, possibly from saxifragus, which is a Latin phrase.
What the fuck?
Which means stone breaking, and it's from the habit of certain plants growing in cracks in boulders, apparently. So,
oh, wow. Okay.
There you go.
Again, that's another sort of point towards the destructive nature of trees. And they can
I think we should ban trees. This is why sassafras got banned. Kept breaking all the rocks.
They're fucking vandalists. That's why. Yeah. Why I say vandalists? Vandals. Vandals. Yeah. No, that's unbelievable. Lock them up, I say. Throw away the key. But yeah, okay. Well, give us one final... One final tree. One final tree pinion.
It's from Crib. Thank you, Crib.
Thank you.
For writing in. And I really like the way Crib wrote this one in. I'm not a big fan of chestnuts myself, but the trees, however, are really magical. You know what? I feel the same way about... I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but I imagine there's something.
There's something there. I think that's one of the best responses we've ever had. I'm going to say that there because it just taps into the total uselessness of and futility of playing favourites. Like, it's just having a really strong opinion and a really complex opinion about nothing, about just the most useless stuff out there. Like, well, I'm not a huge. Like, I can just hear that coming out of one of our mouths mid-episode. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the nut. I
don't love the nut, but the tree.
Yeah, honestly, top tier, I'd say. That's just great. That is, yeah.
On the other hand, I do really like chestnuts. So
I don't think I've ever had one, really.
I like chestnut flavour. It's nice. American chestnut is the classic tree, I think.
I'm trying to think where you get chestnuts in food. I don't really...
roasting on an open fire, typically.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Thank you.
And Jack Frost nipping at your balls.
Excuse me?
That's the Snoop Dogg version.
I've not heard that one.
But, yeah, this tree looks very... I think this is the right tree I'm looking at. It looks very normal.
That's the thing, right? At a certain point, you look at a tree and you go, "Oh, that's the tree, right?" Like that's the tree we all know.
No,
like, I know you're going to say oak.
Is oak, yeah.
But I think that's UK bias.
Is it? I don't know. I'm looking at these pictures of oaks. They've got the tree shape. Right. They've got the branch girth.
I say it's UK bias. America famously has the largest number of oak species. Actually, I just found that out.
Common North American oak trees: black oak, pin oak, southern red oak, northern red oak, chestnut oak, burr oak, Oregon white oak.
It just feels like, oak. To me, oak is English, and also the default tree in Minecraft. So
that is true. Made by a Swede, not the potato, a person. Like
unfortunately,
made a Minecraft.
I thought it was made by a Japanese Vocaloid, but
yeah, I wish it would probably be better if it was made by a tree as opposed to a transfer. But
I do think all trees should make a video game together.
Maybe if they keep evolving at the rate they have to.
Tree video games. Can you think of any off the top of your head? Go. There has to be.
I can think of good ones set in forest. What's that one where you're playing as a bunch of foxes or badgers?
The Forest.
No, but that's pretty average. The one where you're playing is like a bunch of badgers or something.
I know which one you mean.
Yeah.
I think you're thinking of two different video games, by the way, because you said one about being a fox.
Being a fox, yeah. There's one where
I know which one you mean. Foxes. Yeah. There's a game called Among Trees. I remember when that came out, I kept reading it as though it were like an Among Us spin-off.
Yeah, I see. Popular game. There's not really many. Maybe
Among Trees looks really nice though. There are a lot of trees in it.
Maybe there's room for a big tree video game. Among Trees looks gorgeous, actually.
Yeah, it's a really pretty game.
Really beautiful game. Oh, it's got a little fox. Oh, man.
There is a little fox.
13 quid. Escape to an enchanting living sandbox surrounded by wildlife and nature. Only 1,000 reviews, but only 70% positive.
That's not that bad.
Ori and the Blind Forest.
The Blind Forest.
Yeah. That's in a big...
They've got a lot of trees in that one, yeah.
Big tree, sort of.
There's a lot
of trees in games.
Yeah. I think if we listed every video game with a tree in it, we might be here a while.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, sort of.
Do you think you could name a video game without any trees?
Pong.
That's, you know what? Fair enough. I'll give you that one.
And Doom.
Doom probably has a tree in it.
Depends on the game. I reckon there's some Doom games that have trees, but
Doom tree.
Okay, so imagine if that was a species.
That's an album. It's not it's a band. Tree. Doom Tree.
Oh yeah. Doom Tree responds to allegation. Oh, okay, that's not.
Oh no.
We need to. Anyway, mate, it feels like we've rabbited on, so to speak, enough about trees. So let's rabbit on a little bit longer than this fucking episode. So
okay.
So where are you at when it comes to your favorite tree?
I know my favorite.
Yeah, and you knew it straight away.
I've known my favorite since the start of the episode.
It does feel like there's a sort of host advantage kind of thing here, where whoever comes up with the episode probably has a firm grasp. Yeah, which is fair enough. That's okay.
That is fair. Yeah.
Do you? Almost there could be call for a precedent to be set in. Whoever comes up with it has to either go first or go second, or if neither of us came up, if it's a suggestion.
I think going first is a good idea.
Well, okay, let's try it out. You tell me. I think I have no idea what it could possibly be. Is it like a traditional tree?
It is a British tree.
Okay.
So, right, I'm going to let you know, when we were, when I was leaving, I was playing League of Legends, and I was talking with people.
It's not another League of Legends champion, is it?
No,
After episode 4, I can't
I was leaving the call, and I said, I need to go record the podcast now. And they were like, oh, what's the episode about? I was like, that's trees. And they said, oh, I bet Harry's favourite is something stupid, like a birch. And I went, haha, yeah, and left.
And then began sweating. Okay. So something really just normal, but maybe a little bit, not too default, but very normal still.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because here's the thing, Harry. My favourite tree...
Yep.
Is a birch.
Right.
It's a silver birch,
yeah.
Specifically.
Okay. I just wrote silver bitch into Google.
How dare you?
Okay. Right. Okay. No. Right. Come on. So silver birch. Okay.
Right. Are you ready for this? Because there's lore here.
Okay. Right.
I don't like silver birches for, vague reasons. I have a story involving silver birches.
Redeemable. Okay, go on.
Specifically relating to, my own upbringing and like a moment where, it was a real bonding experience where I really felt like it almost feels like one of those moments where you gain consciousness as a human, right?
Oh my god. Okay.
Because I think silver birches were the first time that I came to understand the cohabitation of humanity and nature.
Wow, okay.
Because it was when I was with Scouts.
Yeah.
And we were in the woods. And it was, it was one of my first times going out as a Scout rather than as a Cub. So when you're a Scout, you're kind of a bit more in the, they start teaching you more like actual skills rather than just like, here's some crayons, go colour in a picture.
Okay, yeah.
So we're going about the woods and, we're learning about nature at the time. And I was I had kind of more responsibility. My dad was a leader in this kind of scouting group that I was with. And generally, like, I knew all the leaders in the group as well. So, I was quite familiar with them. And at one point, this, one of these leaders was teaching us about silver birches in particular. And they showed us that silver birches actually make, like, just if you take just the bark off the silver birch, like just a small amount of it.
Yeah.
That, like, because I don't know if you've ever tried, but with the silver birch, you can like peel the bark off.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's very almost like you've got like the sort of dark bits underneath, and then or like I don't know. How would you describe the composition of a silver birch?
Well, it has that like silver kind of skin along it, with like these little marks along it. And you kind of scrape down there, and you can like just peel the silver off.
Yeah.
And it makes really good kindling.
Wow. Okay.
Like incredibly good. And they were teaching us like, about how you can use this if ever you're in a situation where you need a fire for, warmth or food.
Yeah.
And, important part of that was like, don't do it for fun. Do it because this is what nature is providing for us. Take what you need and give back what you can.
Yeah, wow.
And it was just one of those moments where I was like, man, we live in an entire world that exists. And, I'm trying to twist this, I'm trying to spin it in a way that doesn't make it sound like, we can take all the resources that we need. It was a moment of like real, actualization in terms of being a human that lives on a planet.
Yeah.
And, we might have intelligence and we might have, sentience, but without the natural world around us, we would be nowhere.
Yeah.
Silver birch. Good tree. And if you ever need to start a fire,
burn them down. No, that is absolutely beautiful story. Yeah, redeemed in my, because not my favorite, not my cup of tea. The sort of the way they look, the way they are, but absolutely, yeah.
Just wait until you need to start a fire.
Yeah, and I'll know, and I'll remember, and this is my Slumdog Millionaire moment where I'm going to be thinking, oh no, I'm about to freeze to death. What's that over there? Silver birch.
To be fair, usually if you see a silver birch, there's usually quite a few of them. So
there we go. Now, in this case, it's like a lone silver birch. It's like my life anchor.
You're having like a delusion.
Yeah, it's like an oasis in the desert. Oh, silver birch, I run over. It's actually just like a bunch of brambles. And I'm like, oh, save you at last. That's horrifying. No, but yeah, that is a fucking lovely story. And because of that great favourite, I think always the best favourites are... Yeah, when there's some sentimentality and an attachment to it, and that is absolutely heartwarming. So, like, I'm trying to think. I don't see them often, really, or do I?
They are very common.
They are quite common.
You gotta, a little bit more mindfulness. You'd see them out there.
I think there's just not many in my area because I go on usually the same few walks, and I never really see them. But
yeah.
But yeah, not entirely my favorite, but an absolutely lovely little favorite from you.
All right, what's your favorite then, Harry?
Mine also is
apple tree.
No, it is also a very normal one. It's nothing out there, nothing.
No fruit, no like cool.
No, I don't think.
Okay.
It's got an adjective.
Oh shit!
Which is very. Actually, now I think about it, yours has an average. Silver birch.
Yeah.
But actually, I think what others are there other than that and my one? So many adjective trees.
Redwood.
Yeah, but that's like one word, isn't it? That doesn't count. But like, and I know I have a sort of very miniature anecdote attached to it. Weeping willow. Well, it's funny, Luke, because my favourite is a weeping willow.
What?
Yeah, that's my favourite.
Oh my god!
So, there it is. Yeah, lovely big tree. They're quite big relative to a human.
They are large,
mainly because of you've got all those
drape.
Yeah, they sort of drape down through very long very long like I don't even know if you call them. Does it all count as the leaf? These sort of very long pieces. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's almost like stems. I think
they're all. I mean, yeah. Oh, branchlets. Branchlets is the word you're looking for.
Branchlets. Okay. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, all drooping down. It's got a very distinct look. Like one of the things I love about a weeping willow is that almost anyone, like I think it's a very commonly known thing, but I don't know if I could tell the difference between and this sounds dumb, but between like a spruce and a oak and I don't even know if I'd have known what a mangrove was before they were introduced to Minecraft, and then acacia, oh that's the grey one, right? And then there's variations upon, and then cherry wood, the cherry tree, so that looks like I don't know really how to tell them apart, but I think anyone, just because there's such this distinctive drooping look, could recognise a weeping willow. There's one on the road on like a just around the corner from me. There's like a restaurant with
triangle shrimps.
Yeah, there you go. The big, lovely weeping willow. I remember going on a date with my first girlfriend, and we went to this lovely sort of park area, and there's a big weeping willow tree, and we had a picnic underneath it. It's probably one of the only times, the only times I can think of a sentimental attachment to a tree. But in similar sort of vein as to what you were saying.
I think that's one of the really interesting things about trees, though, right? Is because they exist in their spaces for so long. There's generations of stories that occur underneath their branches that only they get to know.
Exactly, carving your name into a tree is a classic.
A little bit of poetry for you there.
That's nice. No, it's, thank you for that. Your English literature degree being put to good use. But yeah, no, it's absolutely right. I think there is a sort of again, it comes back to that sort of symbionce of nature and the human race. Weeping willow. I mean, thoughts? Are you a fan?
Yeah, I agree that I think you hit the nail on the head when it comes to like they're such a distinctive shape and form.
Yeah,
that when you look at it, you're like, yeah, that's a weeping willow. Couldn't be anything else.
I think if you said to me like, okay, draw a cherry tree, draw an ash, draw a fern, I would do a big shape. Yeah, big shape trunk. Whereas this, it's like, ooh. Going to do lots of lines.
Droopage, yeah.
There we go. Yeah. Oh, keep passing me a different coloured crayon.
You need it to be weeping.
Yeah. So that's trees, right? Like
that's trees.
That's trees, baby.
That's them all.
There they are.
Them all.
So I reckon that's everyone. So I think that's everything to say on trees.
All right, do your outro.
Sorry, I'm just closing tabs. I've still got giant mushrooms before trees open on Google.
Make sure you get that sorted.
Yeah, it's got to be in the right headspace for the outro. Yeah, but there we go. Lovely stuff, everyone. Thank you for all for listening to episode 42 of playing favourites type of tree, I believe is the wording we went with.
Yep.
Not fictional tree. Maybe that one will be down the line.
No, these are real trees.
Yeah, very real trees, in fact. I hope everyone's enjoyed it. And yeah, if you want to get in contact with us, we are on Twitter at PlayFavorites. We tweet out whenever we're doing an episode, and you can tweet with whatever you like. Mainly, we're after your favourite thing in that topic. Don't respond to the tweet asking. But you can tweet another thing. You can tweet anything if you like. But when we tweet out asking, we want to hear what your favourite is specifically.
Yeah.
Do you get that? Do you understand the system? Great. Thank you.
I get it.
You get it. I'm going to hope that the person listening does right now. They also understand it. So, yeah, lovely stuff. And we're also on email as well.
We're on email.
Like we're living in the 90s.
Why did you say that?
We're on email now. playingfavouritespodcast@gmail.com. And that is, you can email in with whatever you like. Your favourite tree.
Email.
After suggestions, just remember, we are on email. So fire up that modem and get emailing. Yeah, that's it. May, any final thoughts?
I think it's time that we both make like a tree.
Fuck. And get out of here.